Well, yeah, certainly. I mean, it was our fault. We made a mistake. Spotter said it was clear. It wasn't clear, and, I didn't want to tear my car up, tear his car up either. I respect everybody, and I demand respect. And, I apologized to the guy when he came over the car, explained to him what happened, and then he took it to another level when he started calling me an idiot and whatever else. And I don't appreciate that. I'm not going to take it. I told him how I felt. I called him out. He didn't show. And so, I'm good with it if he's good with it, but I'm not going to be disrespected by no means.
Yeah, I guess I had a dinner date at Applebee's last night that I didn't find out until it was too late. It's a shame. I love their riblets and boneless wings, but...
All right, folks, welcome back to Meet Me at Applebee's, your number one unrefined motorsports podcast. It's Brien here with Rob and Ashley, and this week, San Diego. That's the big talking point, and plenty of short track stuff also. So, folks, how we doing this week?
I'm sleepy, Brian. I don't really know why either. I haven't been all that busy the past couple days, but feeling good. Enjoyed the weekend in San Diego and elsewhere, and I'm looking forward to talking to all of you beautiful people about it. How you doing, Truelove? How's Love Island?
It's on pause right now until we get through this, so let's get on through this.
All right. Crank it up.
All three of these races were incredibly long.
Yeah, easily the longest races of the year, I would say. Maybe not Cup. Has there been a longer one?
Well, yeah, I feel like the Coke 600 was probably longer.
Yeah. 600 miles versus 200 miles, so.
And I think somebody timed him out, and the Cup race was actually shorter than the O'Reilly's race, so.
I believe it.
It was, yeah.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah. So, yeah, all three series, of course, were
Thank
in
God,
town.
not ARCA. Can you imagine?
I don't think some of those people on those teams would get past the military clearance.
Yeah, they don't have security clearance. Yeah, that's probably true.
They have enough concrete walls to last the weekend.
Yeah. Wasted all of our Armco barrier and shit in Iran. So.
Well, speaking of chaos and knocking walls down, the action started Friday in truck practice with, I feel like, just about half the trucks obtaining some sort of damage as they were the first ones to hit the track all weekend. I can't say I watched a whole lot of it, but definitely saw plenty of backup trucks out there and walls getting knocked down and whatnot. So that was good, which kind of to be expected with this type of setup, I suppose.
I believe Adam Andretti was the first person to hit a concrete wall this weekend, so.
Good for him. Well,
that might explain some of his hand motions later on in the evening.
During truck practice also was when they interviewed Al Neese to kill some time because he served at Coronado, and they gave a little shout out, or Jamie Little gave a little shout out to Kyle Ayala. So
yes,
his
that
first
was
shout out of the weekend.
It's very exciting. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. As far as the race itself goes, so I'm trying to think. I didn't watch like a good portion of the middle of this, so
I didn't see a second of this, so you guys are going to have to fill me in.
Yeah, you were busy.
Yeah, first stage was uneventful. I mean, there was one caution, but it wasn't anything major.
Yeah.
And then Lane Riggs won, so stage one.
Jimmy Johnson was up there,
I was going to say you skipped a lot of notes there, but...
Yes, sorry. He won stage one.
Nice, I got you.
Yeah, I not that I expected Jimmy to do as bad in this truck race as he did Sunday, but he was up there. I was a little surprised. He led a few laps and was running in the top 5 for pretty much all of stage 1 at least, and was up there
third.
Yeah, he did well.
Then he got beat up by the kids as the night progressed.
He said he's never seen the disrespect that he has in the truck race. So sounds about
Jimmy
right.
Johnson has never watched a truck race. Not in a long time. Yeah, I was kind of shocked to hear that, actually. Not surprised, but...
Stage 2, I didn't really watch any of it, so you'll have to fill me in on
Okay, yes. Stage 2, like you said, Jimmy Johnson led some laps, and then on the last lap of stage 2, Jamie McMurray, who was already in 33rd, hit the turn 16 concrete wall pretty hard. He moved it, so stage 2 finished under caution, and Kligerman won. And I guess McMurray and Boyer had a bet going on who would finish best out of their races, and McMurray just had to finish better than 29th, but he couldn't do that, so now apparently he has to ride a mechanical bull. So
I mean, come on, dude. You got Boyer at Dover and then Jamie running this fucking race. I mean,
yeah.
Well, I mean, Jamie was a pretty good road racer, so I can...
Yeah, but he hasn't been in a car nearly as long as Boyer, I don't think.
I don't know.
Yeah,
But yeah,
I don't know either.
both of them are tough tracks. But yeah, I would say Jamie definitely got the short end of the stick on that bet.
Yeah. So I know Kyle got another shout out. Was that in stage 2 or 3?
That was stage 3. You know, he had texted the three of us earlier saying that Fox was going to interview him for the race later. So I was like anxiously waiting for him to pop up on the screen so I could record it. And we're getting towards the end of the race, and I'm thinking they've forgotten about Kyle, and I was starting to get pissed off. But luckily, Frankie Muniz brought out a debris caution. So during that caution, they, I think it was Caitlin Vinci read a bunch of fun facts about Kyle while he stood there and waved at the camera for a while. So
Yeah, it was a little awkward. I was expecting an interview too or something, but instead it was just him kind of staring at the camera for about 45 seconds and like smiling and waving and stuff. So
If time travel was possible, I would love to go back, I don't know, 10, 15 years ago to find Kyle wherever he was, Ohio, wherever he lived, and find him and tell him that he was going to get prominent TV time because of Frankie Muniz wrecking his race car.
well, even when I met him,
try
like,
that one on for size.
even when I met him like 4 years ago, if you'd told him that, I think he would have been completely shocked. So
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we say it every week. We're so proud of Kyle, and yeah, big news for him too. He got engaged over the weekend as well.
Yeah.
So
really, one hell of a weekend.
and this kid just keeps piling on the good news. So
You love to see it.
yes, we do.
yes.
Oh.
So our first red flag due to a wall collapse was brought out by Tyler Ankrum.
Yep.
That led to the
Four to
first
go.
It was 4 to go, yeah.
How annoying is that?
Yeah, we were almost through it.
And yeah, the race was already kind of long to begin with. I mean, these laps are 3-something minutes long. So yeah, it was not a slow race. It was a slow race weekend, all 3 races. So yeah, this setup, you know, obviously 3 to go, which again doesn't sound like much, but 3 to go on this track was like 10 to 15 to go on like an oval or something. So you know, a lot of time there.
It's about 45 minutes.
But to start, you know, the restart right off the bat was fucking chaos. And of course the camera didn't get all of it. Like Honeycutt just disappeared. Like he was in the top 3 and got into
leading.
it. He was leading, and then all of a sudden he was just gone, like completely out of the top 20. What the hell else happened? Because I didn't even remember all of it because it was just so much going on.
Tyler Reif was up there.
Yeah, Tyler Reif was up there. Yeah.
Yeah. Honeycutt was leading, and then he took out himself and Chandler Smith in second.
Could be.
That's right.
And then
Yeah.
That set up the battle between Riggs and Reif.
Which was
And Hemrick was up there too somehow.
Yeah, which was excellent. And I say this as someone who the only other time I've heard Tyler Reif's name was like earlier this year when you guys mentioned he'd be in the Nice truck at some point. So I guess he's a short track guy, right? Like a late model guy.
He was on Chase for the Chair, wasn't he?
I didn't watch it, so I don't know.
I was
so I'll
pulling
take-
for him just because he was in a Nice truck. And
Yeah, of course.
As a Kyle, yeah.
That was pretty much. I mean, I like Lane Riggs, but you know, I definitely was interested to see if he could pull it off, and unfortunately, he couldn't. Like 2 to go, I think he just like missed a turn in the chicanes and had to stop and let the rest of the field go by. So that pretty much gave it to Lane Riggs, which not totally surprising. And afterwards, he called himself Lane Van Rigsbergen.
Yes.
So good for him. I like Lane, and there's still a good battle between him and Caden for the title. But,
so Tyler Reif, he is a late model guy, yes, but it was his brother that was on the Ram reality show.
Okay.
When he climbed out to do his interview, he looked like he just left a coal mine. I don't know why his face was so disgusting.
But yeah, good showing for him, and hopefully he gets some more opportunities. Because he almost had him, so that was neat to see. Meanwhile, obviously the Fox cameras they missed a bunch of the action up front, so of course we didn't see any of this apparent almost murder of Parker Kligerman by Andretti. But this also led to some very fun, probably the best. I would say the best post-race video of the week of these two guys just arguing with each other and just yelling at each other, and Andretti's like mocking Kligerman, and it's just like
I love that.
looking like total fucking idiots. It was great.
Absolute psycho.
Yeah, and Kligerman said that he was a disgrace to the Andretti name, which you gotta be careful throwing those words around the Italians, but
yeah, that's true. I didn't even think of it in those terms, but that's a little rich, I think. I don't know. I don't mind. I don't really care about either of those guys, to be honest with you. But
I like Parker, and I don't know anything about Andretti. So
he's a Trans Am guy. He's been around.
Yeah.
He's definitely more experienced, especially in, you might not know it, but he's more experienced in this capacity at a place like San Diego than a lot of people would be.
Yeah.
But I really would love to see what happened. Honestly, it must have been electric.
Yeah, I would love to see a replay, but it's like the Elliott Sadler footage.
It's gone. Yeah, it's non-existent.
Yeah, I was trying to find information on Adam Andretti. And, the last thing that I saw was he ran Trans Am 10 years ago. So this is his 5th truck race this year. So I don't know.
Yeah, he's a journeyman. He's been around a while, but yeah, his NASCAR runway is pretty short at this point, I would say. And I don't know if it helps to wave your arms around like a puppet on TV, but that's what he did. And I laughed my ass off, so thanks for that, Adam. That's pretty much the only thing I saw of this race other than the wall getting moved by Tyler Ankrum.
Saw a comment. Someone said Adam Andretti looks like he'd be an HOA Karen's cuck husband, and he kind of did give that vibe. So
I think either one of them in that altercation could probably be that. But yeah, no dog in this fight. Both of them are part-timers, so just that one has a microphone and the other doesn't. So it is what it is. But yes, if anyone out there in Applebee's Nation happened to be on the Coronado Island and you got a little snap of this on your phone, or maybe it happened on a secret area of the racetrack that nobody could see, which seems to be the case.
yeah.
But yes, anyone has footage, please. I don't care how grainy and Sasquatch style it is. We need to see this because we got to figure out who's in the wrong here.
Contact that guy that's got the Facebook page from, was it last week, who likes to do AI renderings. Maybe he could.
Oh yeah, Darren Jones. He could probably put something, whip something up for us. Yeah, that's a good idea.
All right, so on to the Busch race.
Well, let's talk about the event real quick before we move on, because I guess this does kind of tie into Saturday. Apparently, the fan side of things was a shit show.
Yeah.
On Friday
just
and
on
Saturday.
Saturday.
It was just on Saturday.
Yeah. Because Friday wasn't really open to the public because it was.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Federal holiday.
That's right. Yeah, which is excellent planning on NASCAR's part. But yeah, apparently we're not prepared for the crowds they received on a Saturday, which is both equal parts bad and good. We get a lot of people showing up on a Saturday. That's a good deal. But when you've only got a couple of food trucks and you see those trams they had to run people back and forth to the parking lots?
The freaking Kubota tractor
Yeah.
mules or whatever they were. They held 12 people each. They had people waiting hours in line to ride one of those.
Yeah, definitely a problem. And again, I'm not going to bitch about that. I didn't experience it, so we're just kind of reporting here what we heard and saw.
Just reporting other people's bitching.
Yeah, and I don't know if any of you have ever been to an air show at a military base, but none of this is surprising because they don't exactly know how to throw events, unless it's, blowing some shit up. They're good at that, but as far as a public-facing event is concerned, the military is not all that great at it.
But you would think NASCAR would be in charge of all that shit,
You'd think.
Yeah, I read, they allowed 0 outside food or water, and they were confiscating granola bars and stuff. But you could bring in an empty water bottle, so people were doing that. But they only had one free water refill station at the entire place.
Yeah, which is huge, by the way.
Yeah, there was one guy I read. He said that he paid $1,000 for his weekend ticket, and then he had to walk 5 miles from the ferry to get to his seat, and that he was not going to come back on Sunday because of that. So
Jesus. Yeah. They ran out of merch too. Again, not a problem. If you want, early birds get the worm with that shit. So you snooze, you lose. That's 2 cliches in one sentence right there. But definitely a lot of interest in this, for sure. And it's a shame to hear that a lot of folks' first impression of the event and of NASCAR as well was not a positive one.
It definitely didn't help how long this race ran on Saturday either.
When the taco truck's been depleted for 6 hours.
Mm-hmm. But I'll get into that here in a bit.
Yeah, I guess we can move on to the action now.
I didn't see much. I saw some of qualifying. I didn't see much of practice, but Corey Day apparently biffed it and had to go to a backup car, which is why his car was all white on Saturday. And Jesse Love got a penalty for narrow lug nuts, which is a new one for me.
Busted for little nuts.
Which he had to do. He had to start at the back and do a pass through, I think.
How was that pre-race interview? Did we hear that?
Wasn't as dire as you would think with him. I think he was just dealing with it. So
well, he's got a cup ride next year, so he probably doesn't give 2 fucks now.
Yeah, he had a good week. So let's see here. We already talked about the fan issues. What about the paint scheme shout-outs? Because I don't know what that's all about.
I wanted to give a shout out to Sammy Smith's Arby scheme that was designed by Ron Williams, who he got a shout out on the broadcast too, which was cool.
The shirt was
amazing.
Really cool too.
Yeah. And my favorite paint scheme of the weekend was Alfredo's patriotic poopsicle dude wipe scheme.
Yes. Got to be the first time the word poop was on a NASCAR race car. I can guarantee it's been on many street stocks and dirt track shit boxes all over the country. So
not unprecedented, but at this level, certainly.
Yes.
Yep. It just had poop-shaped popsicles all over it, and it just had me thinking about poopsicle dude wipes way too much this weekend.
Like, why? Who needs fucking rocket pop scented dude wipes?
I don't know. Do they taste like the popsicle? If you lick them, does it feel like a popsicle on your beehole? I have so many questions.
I mean, yeah, I'll never know, but I'm also confused myself.
Well, listeners, if any of you ever stuck a popsicle up your ass, you've also tried a dude wipe, let us know.
Compare the 2 experiences.
You guys are freaks, so there's got to be some freaks out there in the audience.
Yep.
But hey, it's working. I mean, we're talking about it right now. I guess that's the whole reason. We've said dude wipes on this show more than we ever have. So, checks in the mail.
Really love that one.
But speaking of shit, this race was a shit show right off the bat with Corey Day getting a fucking manhole cover in his radiator to start, which this led to. First, they just ran caution laps for like 5 or 6 laps.
Yeah.
6 laps while they were figuring out what to do, and then they red flagged it, and then they went around for 20, 30 minutes or whatever, checking all the manhole covers. And they also, in an unprecedented move, allowed Corey Day to not only work on his car under the red flag, but once he got it fixed, because he did get it fixed by the time the red flag was over, they gave him his laps back.
I think this has happened before.
Well, it hasn't. Not to this level. The closest thing, because there are a bunch of people talking about this over the last few days. I mean, there was that one All-Star race where
The cable, right?
Was it cable? I thought it was rain.
The camera cable, yeah.
Yeah, regardless, a bunch of cars wrecked on lap 1, so they stopped the race and let guys pull out their backup cars. But again, that's an all-star race. That's not a points race. But then also there have been other times where tracks have, crumbled and damaged cars, and there was no, consolation given to those guys.
Yeah.
But no, this definitely was unprecedented as far as, giving a guy all his laps back and whatnot.
I had thought that they did the same thing for Kyle Busch when that camera cable snapped at Charlotte and he ran over it and it fucked his car up, and I thought maybe they had done something for him, but I'll have to double check on that.
Yeah,
it's rare though. It doesn't matter if it's happened before. It's happened fucking once.
Yeah. I mean, this, it's a rare occasion. I guess it's fair, I suppose. Maybe to some people they wouldn't think it's fair, but, it wasn't his fault. It was the track. So,
yeah.
Just interesting, I guess, because that's never really happened before. But unfortunately, it didn't really matter too much because Corey did not have a wonderful race afterwards. So,
yeah, the only problem I have with that is that this really does open up a whole can of worms now in the future.
It does.
It's another ball and strike call for NASCAR to make, which they've been pretty good at it this year, but that hasn't always been their strong suit. So hopefully we don't see something like this again, where track conditions cause, not track conditions, a fucking manhole cover or a camera cable or the track comes apart. Hopefully that doesn't happen again. But
for sure.
Curious to see how they handle the next situation that resembles this.
Also, once they went back yellow under this same caution, Corey almost hit a safety truck head on that was driving backwards on the track.
Yes.
That was fucking nuts.
Yeah.
That was insane.
And then I believe on the next pit stop he sped. He got a penalty, but he still finished in the top 10 somehow. So that shows you how crazy this race was.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to get to it in a minute here, but yeah, there's a reason for that. But yeah, Austin Hill won stage 1, which, he up until the end of this race, he'd never won a road course race before, but he's actually not that bad.
He's good.
I mean, he always seems to run fairly well on the road course races.
Was it the Roval that him and SVG were getting into at that one time?
I don't think it was the Roval, but they've definitely beefed on road courses for sure.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Maybe it was Coda or something, because, I'm remembering that as well. And it's we all would love to see that fight. But, there was no
fight.
Yeah, there was nothing afterwards. I think stage 2 was pretty quiet. Taylor Gray won that one.
It was during stage 2, though, that I learned that the secondary spotter stands at this track were just double-decker tourist buses, which I thought was funny.
Mm-hmm.
If y'all saw those or not.
Should have been using those for the fan shuttle instead of having the guys stand on them.
But stage 3 is when all the interesting stuff happened. So I forget how early in stage 3 it was, but Sam Mayer, rare occasion I'll say poor guy, but he just made a mistake, getting into that one, turn 5, I think, where all the crazy shit happened all weekend. He just cut it too close and got into the inside wall.
Boy,
and
that's one way of putting it.
yeah, and then bounced off into the outside wall. Very hard impact. Moved the wall back a few feet, and this caused a massive pile up after the fact.
Yeah. Apparently, he pulled pretty similar G's to Christopher Bell's crash in Michigan.
Which I can believe. It was a very head-on hit.
No soft walls, so.
Yeah.
Seeing how much his steering column moved was crazy.
Yeah.
Also destroyed that poopsicle car.
Yeah, it really did.
Yeah. But yeah, he gave an interview that was Jesse Love level afterwards, as far as just being so sad and apologetic. Like, again, this is the thing where I actually did feel a little bad for him, because he almost was beating himself up too much just for making a mistake and taking out a bunch of cars. And
First time for everything with him.
Yeah. So, well, first time for a lot of things in this race.
Yeah.
But this led to, obviously, a red flag. And this was when the infamous fan climbed over the fences to go talk to my buddy Sheldon Creed.
Yeah,
who
Brien
apparently
didn't tell us that he was going to San Diego, and he finally got a chance to go talk to Sheldon.
I've already talked to Sheldon before. I met him at Iowa last year.
We got to see Kyle and Brien on TV.
That's true.
I wish I could climb a fence like that guy.
Yeah.
So yeah, he gets into and talks to Sheldon. Sheldon asks him how the damage is to his car, and then camera catches him just climbing 2 fences very easily while losing a flip-flop, and then just walking out in the crowd like nothing happened. They kind of did him dirty. They got a lot of footage of his face. And they also showed him getting arrested later on, which we all knew was coming.
You'll have that.
Yep. You know, again, everybody thinks the guy was super drunk. I mean, I can understand if he was drunk, but he just seemed like he was moving with too much pace to be shithoused.
I don't know, man. Like I was saying, some people they get an extra sense in them when they're shithoused and they can climb things and run. Superhuman.
I guess that's fair. But one thing that we didn't learn until just yesterday on Door Bumper Clear, apparently this guy actually knew Sheldon. He was like an old buddy of his. That's what Tommy Baldwin said. And Sheldon obviously, didn't make that known on the radio or on TV or anything like that. But that apparently is the story, that they knew each other, and this guy just wanted to go talk to his buddy.
Yeah.
I don't know if I necessarily believe that, but this entire thing, everybody was so impressed by this guy's moves, and it's like you're trying not to praise him because it was such a feat. But people were doing a really bad job of it, because everybody thought it was funny. Nothing bad happened. Nobody got hurt or anything like that.
Yeah,
but obviously you have to kind of know these types of things. Yeah, you're not supposed to climb on a fucking track, but at the same time, it's very impressive.
There's a stark difference between this instance of a guy climbing a fence and that guy at Richmond a few years ago with his ass hanging out, just laying on the top of the catch fence at Richmond. That was just sad. That was like,
or the guy
call
at Pocono.
CPS sad, or the guy at Pocono who ran across the track. That was
a live track.
Yeah.
Nonetheless. So.
Regardless, this guy is our Darth of the week. I don't think you could do just about anything else and not even come close to the level of dumb that this is. Climbing onto a hot racetrack, yeah, it's a red flag, but you can't be out there. But the part about this to me that really sets it apart is that this is on a military installation, and normal civilian law does not apply here.
Yeah.
So could be it is a federal crime. Whether and how serious it is or not, I guess we'll find out. But getting hauled off by the literal NCIS I don't have to give this guy a punishment this week because the federal government is taking care of that for us for the first time in history. So, don't do that. Don't do what that guy did, even if you know someone out there.
I did appreciate that his shirt said "Thrill Seekers" on the back.
Yeah. Boy, he sought one. That's for damn sure.
Yep. This after the red flag.
The race isn't even over yet.
This was an hour something long red flag. Get back on track. Yeah, second of the day. Carson Kvapil was actually doing a very good job, and it seemed like it was going to be his day finally. Mm-hmm. Until Taylor Gray decided to completely door the fuck out of him and spin him out for the lead. He claims he wheel hopped, but if you watch the footage,
bullshit.
Well, that's what happens that's what happens when you drive it in that deep and make no attempt to make the corner as well. Is that you're probably going to fucking wheel hop because you're hauling ass. And you don't want to wreck yourself either. So, yes, the wheel hop happened, but that was also preventable.
Yeah.
He just really pissed me off too in his interview because he just showed zero remorse except for feeling bad for himself. I was like, you motherfucker.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, pretty much lost any bit of respect for Taylor in that moment. And also, this led to us cheering for Austin Hill because after that, none of us wanted to see Taylor Gray win this race. And
well, I was neutral in that one.
Well,
Yeah, I think it's me and Brien.
Yeah, I know Ashley and I were both very much like, fuck this guy.
I just wanted anyone but Gray, and unfortunately, next in line was...
Well, luckily, Austin Hill was talking to Kyle Busch apparently during this. He asked him what to do apparently while he was driving, and he said a voice told him to change the brake bias in his car or something, and he did just a very for
true?
Austin. That's what he said, in the post-race interview. Oh, yeah, that was, in all the post-race interviews, he said, I talked to Kyle Busch. I was asking Kyle what to do, and, that's what they told him. So.
Change the brake bias.
But yeah, Austin just did a nice little, very clean bump and run to get past Taylor Gray and get the victory. So a very rare occasion where we root for Austin Hill, but he pulled it off for his first ever road course win and burned the tires off the car in the exact opposite end of the racetrack.
Yeah,
and
in true San Diego fashion, had to be towed to victory lane.
Yes.
I do feel a little bit for Taylor Gray. I know you guys don't.
Yeah, not that day.
He's had a lot of. Well, let me finish here. He's had a lot of them taken away from him, and I understand that frustration. But that's not really the way to get one back. You're going to decide in this moment to erase any goodwill that you would have, and then it also gave Austin Hill the ability, and he would have killed them anyway. If given the chance, probably. But that just sets the tone this guy's going to do that. Well, I'm going to ship the fuck out of this guy. And fortunately, Austin didn't have to do that to get around him. And it was pretty clean. And it was very clean, especially for Austin.
Yeah.
But yeah, just not a good look. Again, I am a Taylor Gray fan. I like that kid. But it's just, you got to keep it together, especially if you're trying to move up to the top level at some point. That's the sort of shit that doesn't help your case at all. And it just makes your life much harder as we go on, because you think he's going to get that back.
I hope so.
Carson Quaffle's going to jump him in a Circle K parking lot somewhere. Well, yeah, I don't know. Good for Austin Hill though. I'm glad it was that race and not the Cup race.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's lots of nice, wholesome celebrating going on. We got Pop crying. So.
Yeah, you can tell that meant a lot to everybody. They needed that very badly. Yeah. And they could have had it on Sunday too, but I guess we'll talk about that in a couple minutes.
So yeah, what were the improvements for the fans on Sunday? Because I did not pay attention to that.
They brought more food trucks in.
Yeah. Where's my notes on that? But yeah, like Rob said, they brought in more trucks and vendors and staff. I think Ben Kennedy did that, but they did say it was the 5th sold-out race in a row. They had 125,000 people there over the weekend. 67% of ticket buyers this weekend were first-time buyers, and 11% higher for female attendees than normal. So it shows that Southern California really, that market really wants to race there, I think. She took away their good track.
Yep.
Yeah.
So.
Well,
yeah, there weren't fans complaining on Sunday. So.
Yeah. Well, they're probably not going to get this track back, but, we'll see.
I don't know. I guess we'll definitely see it. I've heard that they might actually be trying to renew it again for a second year. Which, I don't know. Cool, I guess.
I mean, yeah, I wouldn't
Let's talk about the
hate it.
race before we hate on it.
Yeah.
Before I hate on it anymore.
Well, yeah. I actually did watch the pre-race, but it was 60% military stuff, so I kind of tuned out a lot of it.
I don't really have many notes about the pre-race. I mean, it was Prime's last weekend, so. But yeah, lots of military stuff. The desk was set up on top of the aircraft carrier.
In the tower,
and they had
Sick.
a bunch of, sailors behind them in uniform. And when the pre-race started, they were like so full of energy and chanting USA so loud that you couldn't hear the desk. And then by the end of the race, they still had those same sailors out there using them as props behind the desk, and they looked miserable. There was no energy. They hated their life. I kind of felt bad for them. So,
Friend of the program, Chris Davis, who was also a Navy man, he was keen to point out a couple guys and their uniform violations on national television. So I appreciate that.
I saw some guys holding beers. I was like, I don't think that's allowed in your uniform, but what do I know? Let's see. Only other notes. Gordon was the guest analyst this week, but he wasn't really at the desk that long, so
Yeah.
kind of useless. They had another segment where they show Carl Edwards at that ship doing training. It was like a pre-tape segment. I'm like, Carl's at every single track that Prime is going to, just doing like pre-tape segments, which is bizarre to me. Just give me Carl back.
Yeah.
They had an interview where it was like Gordon and Dale Jr. and Jimmy Johnson for a while, like a little Hendrick reunion, and they sent LaJoy off for that. He wasn't allowed to sit at the desk for that. And then
Champions only at this.
Yeah.
what they really did is they sent LaJoy off to interview Jesse Iwuji, which was fitting. So. But yeah, lots of celebrities at this race. The Kelsey brothers, that other football guy for the Chiefs.
Patrick Mahomes?
Yeah, he was
that
there.
guy, yes.
Thankfully, not Trump. It seemed like he was going to be, at least Jimmy Johnson, I think it was, I don't know, Friday or Saturday, Friday. Yeah. He kind of insinuated, he's like, it's going to be somebody big here Sunday, and everybody kind of thought it was going to be Trump. But
Santa Claus.
Yeah, I hope he didn't mean Pete Hegseth, because fuck that guy. But you know, Jimmy's not a Trump guy anyway, so I don't know why he said that, but whatever.
Yeah, I thought that was announced that he was going to be there.
No. It was.
Just
I think
Jimmy
it was
alluding to it.
Yeah. Trump's got a bunch of shit going on right now. He doesn't need to be going out to fucking. He's got. So let's see. So yeah, the race starts, and you know, stage one was pretty clean. There was, I'm trying to think, what was the first caution that's when Bell swapped out with Brent Cruz?
Stenhouse was stopped on the track. He had like battery issues or something.
Ah, that's right. Yeah. So that was pretty much it as far as like, well, that, and also poor Bubba Wallace. They had a bad pit stop. They showed a replay of it, and they had trouble getting the one lug nut on, and his wheel fell off, so that gave him a 2-lap penalty, and he was obviously very pissed off on the radio.
It's a long ride back to the pits with 3 wheels.
Yeah.
But that ended the stage, and you know, he made up for it, but we'll get to that. Ryan Blaney won
Jimmy
stage.
Johnson. Oh,
Go
sorry.
ahead.
I was going to say Jimmy Johnson also wrecked in stage 1 on lap 6. So that was about the extent of his cup race.
Yeah. Ryan Blaney won stage 1. Blaney seems to start out road course races pretty well, and he did okay throughout the day. I think he got a top 10 out of it, but wasn't really in contention for much past that. SVG was obviously up there, as was Zilich, and you know, all the road course ringers were up there in the beginning, so kind of to be expected.
Zilich became the first teenager to ever lead a Cup road course event. So, random fact.
There you go. Stage 2, this is when the shit happened. So it was like halfway through stage 2. I'm watching the race, and so my fucking neighbor, my crazy old neighbor that always asked me to help him out with stuff, he calls me to help move some wood or something behind his garage.
Oh.
It's like, all right, stage has got, you know, 10, 15 laps to go. I'm not going to miss anything. So I go and do that, and I come back, and I just see a bunch of text messages like, oh, fuck. I'm like, what happened? So I rewind back, and I'm like, oh, you got to be fucking kidding me. Goddamn Austin Hill, completely killing his goodwill from Saturday.
Oh, you made that goodwill up on your own, so the rest of us are living down here in the real world.
So he completely went, he like almost missed the corner in turn 5. Like Zilich was giving him plenty of room, and he just went super wide. Him and Zilich going to the wall, takes out SVG. Gibbs, McDowell, a few other cars are wrapped up in it. Only
basically
Zilich.
Everybody's fantasy lineups for the week were involved in this one accident.
Straight in the trash.
Pretty much. I mean, thankfully, Gibbs and McDowell were able to continue and manage decent finishes out of the day. But yeah, Zilich and SVG out halfway through the race. Killed a bunch of my bets, killed everybody's fantasy teams. Aside from, I think Jay Hova was the only one that didn't have either of those two in his lineup because doesn't really watch NASCAR much. I think he just sets his lineups by whatever.
He asks Kyle Busch what to do, and he whispers, don't put SVG in your lineup this week.
SVG, after getting out of the car, said he was filthy in regards to his anger for the incident. And I didn't even... Did Austin Hill get interviewed? I didn't even recall seeing that.
I don't recall seeing one. I just know that he said that he locked up his rear brakes. That's what he was trying to blame it on. So
Okay.
not that I think he was just trying to be Billy Badass because he saw SVG in his rear view and he's got some road course beef with him.
Pre-existing beef.
Mm-hmm.
Well, good job. You just fucked it up for everybody. So,
Yep.
Probably the best that they've looked on a road course in a little while as well.
Motherfucker, two RCR cars got top 10s at Watkins Glen, so.
Huh? It's close.
Somehow Ryan Preece ended up winning stage 2. He was doing a lot better than I would have expected. He was, even though Buescher is technically the road course ringer since he's actually won a road course race for RFK, I should say. Preece was up there for a while.
Ryan's not too bad at turning right. I don't really know where he picked that up, but he's been all right.
Yeah.
Herb split some laps too, so.
He did. All 4 2311 cars were doing very well. Bubba slowly but surely was able to get his laps back and move his way up through the field, which was good to see. He needed that performance. But yeah, after stage 2, obviously all the expected winners are out, and nobody knew who the hell was going to pull this off. You had Hocevar up there. You had Priest and Herbst and a bunch of guys that you don't normally see up in that position on a road course race.
Wasn't Suarez up there too?
Larson.
Yeah, Larson does well on road courses a lot of
I was
times.
just gonna say I thought he was gonna win for a minute.
So did I.
Yeah,
and
it did.
that beautiful car. I wish they'd run that little paint job a little more often. I like that a lot.
I think Rob should handle this Hocevar one, since he was the one who.
Oh yeah. So Hocevar's up front, and then he gets moved out of the way for the lead, which by Corey Heim, surprisingly.
I think they were racing for second at this point.
Was it second? Yeah, but it was up front, and then Heim gives him he moves him out of the way, which it's pretty fair. I mean, Carson's kind of set the tone with everyone on planet Earth. Yeah. And the thing I'll give Carson credit for is that he knows that. He doesn't get too pissy about it when something like that happens. He'll fuck somebody up and wreck him, but if it happens to him, he's just like, well, I probably deserve that. That tab was paid a long time ago, that was his reaction to this. But man, some of these fans are the most soft-ass motherfuckers on the planet. And look, it's tough to have a polarizing guy as your driver, or however you want to phrase it. Look, mine said the N-word on television. That's that's what I dealt with for a little while. So you gotta take, and these are people. They make mistakes. They do dumb things sometimes. I tend to like aggressive drivers. Again, Larson also fits that bill. Carson Hocevar is certainly aggressive, and sometimes you're going to see shit like that. So, and just like, I don't even have a specific example of what really pissed me off, because I was pretty drunk on Sunday afternoon, sitting out by the pool, enjoying myself. But, yeah, just, if you're gonna pick this guy, and as your guy that you pull for, and you're going to be excited about him driving through people and all the dumb shit he does. And again, I'm a Carson Hocevar fan, so it's coming from one of your own here. You got to learn to take the lumps when they come, especially when they're deserved. And I think he's got a few IOUs coming from the rest of the field for a couple years, and then some.
And not to mention the fact that he and Heim already have this rivalry going back. Like, Heim has not forgotten that Truck Series finale a couple years ago. And
yeah, absolutely not. Yeah.
He's gonna hold that to him for a while. I feel like.
Oh, that's gonna last. And Hocevar said it himself. He's like, looking forward to racing this guy for the next 20 years. It's gonna be fun, and it is.
Yeah. But also, too, going back to your point about fans having a thin skin, I think with Hocevar, I mean, there's probably a portion of the older school crowd that will appreciate his aggressiveness, but also I think a lot of the Cletus type fans have
that is a fair point.
Gone to him. So
I think that probably has a lot to do with it. Because again, I have plenty of friends that are huge Carson Hocevar fans that didn't react that way, at least not in a serious way. But some of these people,
at least
are
not
serious.
publicly.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, going back to Heim, I mean, not that long ago, Heim has stated publicly to remind everyone that he hates Hocevar. Like, those are his words. I hate that guy, so.
Yeah. And it looks like they're going to be seeing a lot of each other next year. So I'm very excited for Corey to get to the Cup Series. We haven't even got to the finish of this race yet. I think we should probably do that.
Well, yeah, so... this sets up kind of an unexpected finish. I mean, so it was like 15 to go, I feel like, was the last caution around then. I know it was during the time when everybody was doing their pit stops, and obviously, there are a few different strategies at play. Tires were a big part of this, and there's a caution in the middle of the pit cycle, and that ended up with Heim and Reddick up front, I believe. And a pretty good battle between those two, leading to an incident where, they were kind of passing each other back and forth, and, Heim passed Reddick cleanly, and then a couple corners later, Reddick crosses over and gets a little loose, and...
roughed him up a little bit.
Yeah, roughed him up a little bit going into a corner, and then... rather than just continuing on, Reddick decides to tap brakes and give Corey his spot back, which has led to a lot of mixed reactions from people. A lot of people, older school fans that have seen this before, because this is something that has been happening forever in motorsports. Guys don't want to win like that, or don't want to race like that, and if something like that happens where they get into somebody else, they'll, give them the spot back, and that's respectful, clean racing, or, as clean as they can get. And then other people, thought that was a stupid move, and, he's racing for a win, and he's racing for the regular season title and all that stuff. And, I can kind of see both sides of the argument, as someone who, I'm a Reddick fan, and I think, a lot of people have said that kind of speaks to his character, as far as wanting to do the right thing on the track. And, if you're the type of guy that liked guys like Mark Martin, that race that way, you kind of want to see stuff like that. But then, the other side of the coin is, again, do you not care about winning? Do you,
how many titles did Mark Martin win? And I mean that with the utmost respect.
Yeah, no, I get it. But, And other people said, "Oh, it was a team order." Like, it wasn't a fucking team order.
They're not asking him to pull over so the new guy can win.
Jesus.
Did you see Denny Hamlin fucking take out his own car to try to win a race? Like, no, it was not a team order to do that.
Yeah, I think, that's just, we're watching him collect his karma points in real time instead of waiting, like dreading Heim getting his payback, several races down the line. It's best just to get it over with now so you don't have to worry about it.
And they're going to be coworkers for a long time.
Yeah.
But again, I agree with you guys. That didn't bother me all that much. But
It was surprising. It was surprising.
That could bite Tyler in the ass eventually by being kind there. But
It could.
It didn't matter. So.
I guess there is a reset too, so it doesn't really matter at the end of the day. But
I mean, the contact between the two maybe led to a flat. We don't even know, because I guess it was his left front that went flat, and he might have run something over. He might have had a chance to get him back. I mean, while Heim seemed like he had the better car, Tyler didn't get too far away from him until his tire went flat.
Also, while this is happening, the third place car of Larson and Bubba are like over 5 seconds behind them, maybe more than that. So it's not like they had third place up their ass when Reddick gave him that spot back.
that's
either,
true.
so.
Yeah. But yeah, this led to Corey Heim in his 13th start in the Cup Series, not even full-time this season, getting his first Cup Series victory. Definitely not something that I would have even thought about. I think I bet on him for a top 10, but definitely did not have him up there as far as a potential winner of this race.
Nope.
But, good for him. I mean, he's, as Ryan Blaney said afterwards, he's going to be a problem. And, I don't know how I feel about Heim yet. There's been a couple things this year that have made me respect him quite a bit more. And, looking at who he is and his personality and stuff, like, part of me sees him as like the same level of intensity of a driver as like Jesse Love, but also he does have a little bit of personality, bit more personality to him, and he has little moments where he is cocky, like he does the Heim time thing, when he wins.
It's fully deserved too. I mean, he's won
for sure.
over 30% of the truck races he's entered.
Yeah,
I think 80% were top 10s or some crazy shit like that. So
yeah, his stats are insane in the Truck Series, and I mean he's going to be a contender very quickly, I feel like, in the Cup Series. So might as well get some wins this year.
Yeah, poor Riley Herbst just sitting there waiting to get shipped off to Legacy Island.
Man, that interview after the race was so fucking awkward. I felt so bad
So
for Riley.
you're the only guy who hasn't won one yet, huh?
No, Bubba hasn't. Well, Bubba hasn't won this year
He's
yet.
won with the team.
Well, yeah, but yeah, I mean, Riley did well. I mean, he ended up getting a top 10 also. Bubba got second, and it would have been all four 2311 cars in the top 10 until Reddick got his flat tire. So great day for 2311. But yeah, going back to the points thing, the flat tire ended up, fucking up Reddick's day, and now Denny gained 11 points on him. So now there's only 8 points separating the two for the regular season title.
That's crazy.
And
SVG falls to 17th. So.
Yeah.
Also going back to Heim, I have decided that I am officially a Heim fan, especially if he's going to be with Hocevar, but I learned this year that he's a big Limp Bizkit fan, so I'm a Heim fan.
All right, that's another point for you. That makes sense. I kind of like him. I still have a little ways to go, but he hasn't pissed me off too bad at all. So
I don't think I'm going to adopt him anytime soon, but definitely excited to see what he can do full time. He's already hit the ground running. I mean, this isn't the first time we've seen him do well too. Obviously the best result, but he's run I don't know where he finished at Bristol, but he's running the top 10 at Bristol for a long time, and he can hang up front and has hung up front.
I forget, was it Atlanta or Texas? Atlanta or Texas, one of those two tracks. Like, he was leading up until a few laps to go. I think he was trying, he was on some weird fuel strategy deal, but
yeah, it's,
he's run well. He just hasn't had the finishes yet, but I mean, those are going to come.
I'm still trying to make the nickname Hyman Time and stick, but
I don't think that one's going to work.
Well, keep trying.
keep throwing it out there.
Wait, would you say that Denny's on top of the points? I thought Tyler actually took the lead.
No, he didn't. Tyler still, there's an 8-point gap between the two.
Oh, right. Denny never got it. That's right. Yeah.
Because then he got 14th. He probably would have, going back to that one last pit stop, had timing worked out for him, he probably would have gotten top 10 out of the day and maybe would have taken the points lead, but we'll never know. But he did what he wanted to do. He wanted a top 15 and he got it. So but yeah, there was also another good bit of post-race beef between Noah Gragson and Kevin Magnussen.
Yeah, this is awesome.
Who was in the Trackhouse car.
I rewatched that interview today, and I just laughed and laughed and laughed.
Yeah, they got into
Not
it
the
a little
interview,
bit.
the argument. Sorry.
Yeah. The battle on track was for like 78th place, and I think K-Mag moved Noah Gragson or something like that, and then Noah didn't like it and slammed into him, and then he continued to block him, and then eventually Kevin Magnussen just had enough and shipped him, which was funny to me. Since we were battling for 78th place. But yeah, this Noah Gragson gets out of the car and goes over to Kevin Magnussen. He's going to show the new guy what's up. Apparently he's never seen any Kevin Magnussen video before, because this guy does not give a shit. The stone cold Scandinavian dude. And basically just Noah, I'm sure he felt like he didn't go away with his tail between his legs, but that's how the tail of the tape read to me. At one point, because Noah just kind of asked, "What's your fucking problem?" And then after a couple of rounds of this, Kevin just goes, "Do you speak English?" Which, a guy whose English is his second language asking Noah Gragson, that is one of the funniest things I've ever heard in my life. And
I think it really caught Noah off guard, too, because he just goes, "Yes."
Fuck off. Incredible stuff.
So good.
Yeah, Magnussen's interview afterwards was pretty funny too. He's just like, yeah, that's not how we do it where I'm from, essentially. But I've seen NASCAR before, and I see how you guys roll. And he could have had a good race, but then he didn't. So, so let's get him over here. I guess there's a possibility if Haas sticks around at some point. They do have the Busch team still. So, yeah, let's get this old boy back over here.
I think it was on Twitter, someone said, if we bring Kevin over here full time, it'll be like SVG, but evil. So.
Yes.
Yeah, that guy's impressive. I don't know if I rank him as high as Shane, but he did get a podium on debut in Formula One, so he's not a slouch. And he was on pole at Le Mans, too. So, guy's good. And he got the fastest lap of the race.
Yep. And even in qualifying, before him and Gregson started dicking around, he out-qualified Gregson by like 11 spots. So
yeah, he's a bad man, Kevin Magnussen is. So yes, please bring him over here. I'd like to see that happen.
Quality entertainment. I like the lady in the background that was trying to usher Noah away. She had had enough.
Yeah.
I don't know if she was his handler or what, but.
Yeah. Do you speak English? Fuck off. Needs to be on a t-shirt.
Now it's time for Rob to rant about this race being called the Crown Jewel.
Yeah, man. Give me a fucking break. They kept saying this on the broadcast. In fact, there was one point where I think Adam Alexander said something like, "I can't think of a race that these guys would want to win more other than the Daytona 500. It's like, let's pump the brakes a little bit here. This isn't even like, there are other races that Prime has covered that guys would probably want to win more than this. And obviously these drivers all want to win every time they come to the racetrack. That's their mentality. And again, this was a cool event, and I'm going to give the positive first before Boomer Rob comes out here. It's an incredible event. It was cool that it was on a naval installation. It's never been done before. I'm sure that was a neat experience and a cool experience. I would have liked to have seen it. But, I don't know, I've been to military bases before. They kind of, you've seen one, you've seen most of them. And it's in a market where you don't usually see this, and I fully accept and understand the fact that this event is not meant for me specifically. And the stats prove that. What'd you say it was, Truelove? It was like 64% of people coming to the gate had never been to a NASCAR race before.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, that's what it's for. So I fully understand that. But to come out here and unintentionally disrespect, say, the Southern 500 or the Coke 600, or any other race of that stature in the Cup Series is just kind of silly. Just because it's the shiny new thing, and it is a big deal, don't get me wrong, I don't want to downplay it, but I don't think anyone had San Diego circled as like, oh yeah, this is the one, you know, unless you're Shane Van Gisbergen, I guess. But.
Right. Yeah, I'm sure everyone wants to be able to say that they won the first race somewhere, but also I'm sure everyone also showed up saying Shane's going to win this anyway. So
yeah, exactly.
They didn't have high hopes.
No, but I just think it's probably my only gripe I've had with Prime for their entire run was them continually like hyping the event up itself. And again, like, make no mistake, there is a race happening, but this is one of the dates on the calendar that is more of an event and sort of a recruitment event in more ways than one in this case than it is a race at the center of it all. But it is what it is. Now we move on to TNT, and I don't think we have any more crown jewels left for a little while. What's the Brickyard, the next one?
Yeah.
But yeah, don't put this place on par, especially if it is only a 1 or 2 year deal, because there's a possibility they'll come back there. But this is a temporary event. It's not a real racetrack. It was cool. I wouldn't be too offended if they did it again, but to equate that with Indianapolis or Daytona is just fucking silly.
Yeah, this race is just for funsies, so.
Yeah. Very well said. I'm being serious. It's literally the spirit of it to me.
Yeah.
Well, Brien, Super Dirt Car A main rolling off at Ransomville.
Well, no,
is that the replay?
Yeah, it's a replay because Benton's got
lightning. Yeah,
lightning. So
yeah, we're watching Hell Tour on Dirt Vision tonight. Forgot to bring that up.
Billy Moyer won one of the heat races.
Yes.
Ken Schrader's in the modified race. Like, it's
great.
An interesting lineup.
God bless Missouri.
Well, while y'all are watching that, I'll just rattle off the Fantasy League real quick because it was a dumpster fire.
Yeah, the Bay of Disappointment.
Yeah. So our big winner this week was Flavortown McLeod somehow. I didn't look at his lineup. Second place was Jehovah, who Brien said has never heard of SVT or Connor Zillage, so that checks
I was
out.
so fucking pissed off. I was leading the last stage somehow, and I don't know, like, up until the whole Reddick thing happened.
Reddick
Two
thing.
things. Reddick shitting the bed, and then also Gibbs getting passed by Chase Elliott. Dropped me from fucking first to seventh. I was so goddamn pissed off.
So we usually don't do this, but I do want to read this lineup off because it's so similar to everybody else's. Flavortown McLeod had picked Michael McDowell. Of course, we all did, right?
Yep.
Connor Zillage, congratulations.
Yep.
AJ Allmendinger, yep. Shane was in the garage, which I don't even know if that really helped him. Yeah, he got a couple points off that. Daniel Suarez, who I also picked. And then Kyle Larson was the guy who saved him.
See, I had Gibbs and who was the fifth that I had that did okay? Reddick. I picked Reddick, so that's what fucked me. But yeah, I had the other four.
Yeah, so Rob finished 5th, Brien 9th, and I was in 12th. My highest finisher was fucking Chris Buescher, so.
Ooh, yeah. AJ Allmendinger coming through for me. Again, identical lineup to the winner, only instead of Kyle Larson, I had Ty Gibbs in there. which was my second highest. So, yeah, crapshoot.
Probably have the same lineup this week, too, to be honest. I don't think they're probably going to change any of them.
Everyone's just trying to save shit for the other races.
Also, I forgot to say, Twin Peaks Motorsports was third. I don't know who that is. So if that's you...
It's probably someone from my Discord, I will say, with that name.
Yeah, and highest finishing Navy man, of course, Chris Davis this week.
Of course.
Fourth.
Also, Navy man in the overall standings.
We do have a Navy division.
Well, we got a new leader. Flavortown McLeod is up one spot to first, but Chris Davis wasn't even in the podium last week, but now he is Navy man up to second in the overall standings. Little Michael has dropped 2 spots to third. Brien drops a spot to fourth, and me and Brien are not me and Rob are still Rob's seventh and me eighth. So.
Yeah, I'd never considered the fact that we have multiple Navy participants. Thank you for your service.
Yep. So yeah, that's fantasy.
Yep. And
we already thank God that ARCA didn't race at San Diego, but they were at Berlin, which is a little more appropriate for them.
Yeah, I'll be honest, I didn't watch this.
I didn't either. So
I didn't have time. I didn't even bother to watch the highlights. I just wrote down Max Reeves wins. So.
Okay, I was going to Google it. So I'm glad I didn't watch that. Kid's a little shithead. IndyCar was at Road America. I didn't watch a second of that either. I assume Alex Palou won.
Lundgaard won that one.
Christian Lundgaard, really? Mm-hmm. Hell yeah.
I didn't watch it either, but sweet. The internet said one, so.
Perfect. Christian Lundgaard.
Yeah. Did you watch this podcast this week, Brien?
The bussin', I listened to the first 15 minutes of it, and then I think I was at work listening to it, and then Denny's podcast came out, so I switched to that, and I haven't gone back to it yet.
Yeah.
But
I just wanted to mention it real quick. It definitely wasn't as entertaining as last week with Gregson and Briscoe, but this week on Bussin' with the Boys, or Racing with the Boys, Jesse Love and Connor Zillich were on there, who we know have an incredible bromance. I did learn that while Connor had his broken collarbone, that Jesse would help him get dressed. Which is, very nice of him. I also learned that Connor's mom, Janice, had a beef with Jesse last year after Talladega and wouldn't allow him to come over to the house for a while.
What was the beef over?
Jesse wrecked. Jesse and Zillich got together at Talladega last spring, I think it was, during the Xfinity race, and Connor had a pretty bad wreck, so Janice was pretty pissed off for a while. Yeah. But then Jesse really got caught up on trying to over-explain that he wasn't at fault, and it kind of killed the mood of the podcast and went off the rails.
Classic Jesse Love.
I also thought it was funny that he said that this year this was before his Cup ride got announced when they recorded this. So he said that he's been doing a lot more media interviews this year to try to sell himself to Cup teams. And I'm thinking, these sad ass serial killer interviews.
We're talking about the same interviews, right?
Also learned that Jesse Love has Isaac Newton in his family tree somewhere, and that Connor Zillich's first words were SpongeBob, and he called his dad to confirm that. So those are all my Jesse Love and Connor Zillich fun facts.
No hot dog facts? Any weird dietary restrictions?
They didn't get into any food chats. So.
They both seem fairly well adjusted in that sense. So
yeah,
that's good. So I spooked my co-hosts here this week by sending them. Normally I don't send them the videos of the week until we're on the show, but I sent them this video this week of I was sent this getting you ready for the race. It is NASCAR ASMR. I'm not an ASMR person. It doesn't That stuff doesn't do anything for me. This video is just some like pretty girl explaining. I didn't watch more than 30 seconds of it because I could not take it, but just kind of explaining starting a race at Daytona. It's a half-hour video of this. I'm not gonna subject I subject you guys to a lot of bullshit, and I didn't want to subject myself to this.
This is the first one I've openly said no, I won't do this. though I did actually skim through. My favorite part of this video was, I think, 10 minutes in, something like that. That's right, it's half an hour, folks, of this young woman just pretending you're Chase Elliott, because I guess Chase Elliott. She's wearing a Chase Elliott shirt. I don't know. Anyway,
I clicked the link, saw what it was, immediately closed it out.
Yeah, don't want that to get into the algorithm. But she says, remember, you're not on the racetrack. You're in the garage right now. It's like, perfect. Yeah. And that was when I shut it off. I don't know who's jacking off to this or whatever it's for, but like I don't need to see this ever again. If you're into this, good for you. I will not be posting the link to this.
Probably this card guy we're going to talk about later.
Yeah, definitely some crossover with this week's video of the week candidates. But.
I posted it in the shit posting group, and some people were into it, I think. So.
Well, that makes sense.
And now it's time for Truelove to harass me to drink Bush
homework is
Light Lime.
due.
Still haven't seen it. I have not seen it yet. So,
How hard have you looked?
I go to corner stores a couple times a week, and I just haven't seen it. Like, I'm not,
Are you walking around with your eyes closed? Or?
Listen, we talked about this last week. It's usually a couple weeks after they start the promotion for this shit. I can go get a Bud Light Lime. It's the same thing, basically.
No, that's not your homework.
We know what that's about.
It's not what's on Chastain's car.
Product locator. I'm looking it up. We're going to find out.
It's not out yet. I'm telling you guys this. I will have one as soon as it's out. And
give Rob your address over live air right now so he can put it in the finder.
44135 is my zip code. There you go. That should do the trick.
All right.
I'm telling you, it's not.
You can also use Brian's address as a code at Speedway Screen's Etsy page, and he will give you a free T-shirt to forget it. Yeah, he might be right.
Yeah, why would I lie to you guys? Come on.
Well, because you haven't done your homework, that's why. That's what bad boys do.
Oh, God.
But hold up.
Back around to this next week, I guess.
Hold on now.
So I'm not going to forget about it.
Daniel's Foods has it.
What the hell is Daniel's? I've never even heard of that place.
681 Kenosha Street in Walworth, Wisconsin. That can't be too far from you.
Yeah, let me drive 8 hours.
Some guy named Daniel's Garage that he's selling these out of.
He found him a Meyer or something in the back, and yeah. We're going to see how far it is from Brien real quick.
It's got to be at least six hours, which I'm not driving. Not 6 hours for many things, let alone a Busch Light Lime. So.
Yeah, 6 hours and 48 minutes.
Yeah, no, that's not doing that.
A short drive to please your friends.
All right. Well, we already covered the DARF of the week, so I guess it's time to dive into the septic tank.
Yep, climbing in, folks, into this limeless septic tank this week. Got a good bit to talk about. There is a bunch of racing this weekend. Again, we're in the throes of short track season, right in dead nuts in the center of the whole thing. So there's too much to talk about. Again, I'm just going to focus on the things I watched. If anyone has any suggestions in the future for things I should check out that aren't part of the usual rotation, I'm all ears. I'd love to hear it. But let's start with dirt late models. Lucas Oil was at Smoky Mountain over the weekend, which was great. I love that racetrack. Brandon Shepherd picked up a win on Friday night. And then the old man, Mac Daddy Dale McDowell, picking up a win on Saturday. This guy just doesn't quit. He's in his 50s. He's in a 7-year-old.
He's 60.
He's 60. He's 60 years old. How about that? He's in a 7-year-old Team Zero car Scott Bloomquist built. And he's still out here winning races, just ripping the bottom and getting it done. That was, anytime this guy wins, it's, I get fucking excited. And I'm excited right now for Mac Daddy. I think he got $20,000 for that. So that's a nice little paycheck to take home to to Georgia, Chickamauga, Georgia. I think it's how you say it. Is that how you say it? Chickamauga. I don't know.
Yeah, that's good.
Got it. Perfect. Late models were at 141. Friday got rained out, unfortunately. Damn shame. Bobby Pierce did pick up the win on Saturday, to no one's surprise. I actually didn't get to watch that race. I think I had something else on the TV, and just the A main rolled off early, and I missed it. So Bobby Pierce just keeps on winning. On Monday night, they were at Ogilvy. That's how you say it, Ogilvy.
I thought it was Ogilvy.
It was definitely misspelled last week.
It might be Ogilvy. They were on Dirt Vision on Monday night. And this A main was incredible for about the first 15 laps. You had Nick Hoffman, Jonathan Davenport, and Bobby Pierce throwing sliders up at each other up front. There was a yellow. Unfortunately, Jonathan Davenport ripped the entire right side off of his car, and he was out of it. And then Bobby Pierce drove off, and that was it.
Yeah.
So. But hey, that's what you can expect in dirt late model racing right now. No one is as good as Bobby Pierce, whether you like it or not. I don't like it, but I've accepted it, so it is what it is.
Was this the pond race or?
No, that was Saturday.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Smoky Mountain. Yeah, World of Outlaw Sprint Cars were at Huset's for 4 nights. 2 separate events, technically, both of them paying a fuck ton of money. The High Bank Hustle kicked things off on Wednesday night with Buddy Kofoid picking up a win then, and on Thursday as well for $100,000. Buddy was the king of the hustle this weekend. There's no question about that. Sheldon Haudenschild picked up a Friday night prelim night win for the High Bank Nationals. There you go. It's always weird when they throw 2 events at Huset's and both of them have the word High Bank in them. It always fucks me up. But yeah, Sheldon Haudenschild picking up a win there. That was a great race. David Gravel getting the big $300,000 paycheck on Saturday night. This was a fun race, except for the fact that Casey Jedrzejek had one of the most terrifying wrecks I've ever seen. Poor dude pretty much had everything that you don't want to have go wrong on a sprint car wreck go wrong. He flipped 2 different ways, got into the wall with the tail tank, landed flat. Just really ugly. Red flag period. It looked like it was going to be more serious than it was, but then eventually he popped out of the car and with a little assistance was able to walk off the racetrack and get down to the ambulance. I actually haven't heard an update on him. Obviously he's walking around and he's probably fine, but who knows what injuries he picked up in that. Probably should have looked that up before we started the show, but either way, he's alive and he's thriving more than he could have been in that case. Could have been a lot worse. But yeah, David Gravel picking up $300,000 in his Cole Macedo throwback scheme. It looked just like Cole's car, minus the C on it, which I don't know what the logic behind that was, but kept getting them mixed up all night. But hey, that's what happens when you drink beers on your couch on a Saturday night. All the way across the country, at Skagit, Brad Sweet picked up a win in the Dirt Cup. That was also worth 6 digits. So good for Brad Sweet. That was a cool
race.
Yeah, the Jim Raper Memorial, yes. Jim Raper, of course, the promoter out at Skagit, and he put this event together years ago. So now it's in his honor, and Brad Sweet picking up a big check there. That was a great event, too. And I'm now realizing it's sort of an unofficial high-limit event. And this is no doubt why Huset's had that bounty on the outlaw guys at their place, was trying to draw folks away from that. I hadn't put it together. Those were on the same weekend, but a little tricky there. But didn't seem to have very many takers, but that was a great race. You don't oftentimes get to see the guys from out east mingle with the guys from out west. In fact, the 69K was all the way out there with Darren Pittman behind the wheel. You don't usually see the Kreitz guys that far off the porch. For anyone who says the Pennsylvania guys don't lead Pennsylvania, don't talk to Don, because they drove all the way across the fucking country for that one. It was a great show. So Skagit always puts on a good show on Flow Racing. So anytime you see it, you better tune in. Unfortunately, asphalt racing this weekend was pretty heavily affected by rain. The NASCAR Wheel It Modified Tour rained out again, which that sucks. But it did allow the opportunity for a couple of big timers to stop by my stomping grounds at Claremont Motorsports Park up in Claremont, New Hampshire. For the Modified Racing Series event up there, we had John McKennedy and Patrick Emmerling on the grounds, as well as the usual competitors in that tour. And to no one's surprise, John McKennedy dick stomped everybody. Came in there and just whooped some ass. Patrick Emmerling was second. I forget who came in third. That was a great race, and it was the first time I'd ever seen modifieds at Claremont, and the grandstands reflected their presence because there was a lot of people there. So got to get some more modifieds up there. But that was a great show. Always first time I've ever got to cover a modified race in that fashion. So that was pretty cool to be typing Patrick Emmerling's name into a graphic. Also, a little bit of industry shit talk here. I really would hope that I'm gonna need the modified racing series to give me a fucking race pass link next time, so I don't have to type in the lineup. Please help me out. But yeah, it was a great show. Looking forward to them coming back to Claremont at some time in the near future. I was supposed to go up to Maine to Ricky Craven's Speedway, presented by Bar Harbor Bank and Trust. Unfortunately, they didn't need us for the weekend. I think the forecast was looking pretty lousy, and I'm not sure that the tech was figured out just yet for us to come up there and put on a broadcast. So those are my guesses. But we ended up getting the weekend off. But they did end up getting a race in. The rain did subside. Got a full program, and Bobby Timmons picking up the super modified win, so good for him. I know that meant a lot to him. That dude's been talking about wanting to win there for ever since he heard it was going to open, and he came out there and put on a clinic, so that was nice to see. Also, Austin Terrace picking up the Granite State Pro Stock feature. Carson Brown picked up an ASA Stars Tour win over at Slinger over the weekend. That was cool to see. Pretty light car count for that tour. I was a little shocked to see that. Only 15 checking in at the gate. But Carson Brown put on a show, and Slinger's always a good time. Those high banks are fucking fast and scary, so if you can get around there, you're probably pretty good at your job. In sad news, I don't know if you guys saw this or not, Coles County Speedway got hit by a tornado over, I think it was like last week, and did some pretty serious damage to the place. They are closed indefinitely as a result. I'll probably try and pull a screen grab from the track promoter who's walking around filming it and showing everybody the damage. They had a brand new catch fence in there. A lot of that got torn down. Tech shed was damaged. Trees everywhere. The grounds are just fucked up from a tornado coming through. The good news is their grandstands are still intact, which those are also brand new. And I know that place, they've done a lot of work to bring it up to a higher standard over the past few years, and they kind of just wrapped up a lot of those projects and have more in motion. This will set them back, but I'm glad to hear it didn't set them all the way back. And yeah, if you're anywhere near there and there's a cleanup day or something like that, I recommend stopping by and giving these folks a hand. They're trying real hard, and that's a really unfortunate thing to do, but they're alive. The track's gonna be okay, and hopefully they'll be racing by year's end. But yeah, definitely several weeks out at Coles County. So thinking about you guys. It sucks.
What part of the country is this?
That's Midwest. I think it's Ohio. Oh, well, Brien. Let's see. Brian's gonna go clean up at Coles County.
I've never even heard of this track, so it can't be close.
Oh, it's
to me.
Illinois. Sorry.
Yeah.
It's in Illinois. Close enough.
I was about to say, if it's closer than those Busch Light.
Yeah, you can stop off on your way to pick up the Busch Lime.
Yeah, a lot of scary weather over the weekend. So.
Yeah, pretty crazy for sure. If you're a weather nerd, YouTube has been popping off. Get your WeatherWise app out and watch all the storm chasers get tossed around. It was, pretty wild
shit.
shit.
Up your way too?
Oh, that's right. We had a tornado warning up here. That was crazy. I was driving home from work and kind of crested the top of this hill on the highway coming in, and this big black shelf cloud revealed itself, and you could kind of see motion in it. And I was like, "Ooh, that looks like a tornado could drop out of it any minute." I haven't seen that since I was a kid. And then sure enough, within a minute, my phone starts buzzing with the alert that there's a tornado warning and all that. So I did what any smart man would do, and I went straight to my basement. It just so happens there's a bar down here, and I was planning on being here anyway, but I marked myself safe from the great funnel cloud of 2026 up here in Massachusetts.
That's good.
But yeah, that might have actually been part of the same system, just a couple thousand miles away. But yeah, that's weather's no joke. Keep your eyes on the skies, folks. Take tornadoes seriously. It's real shit. One last little piece of dirt late model news here. Today it was announced that Drake Troutman is leaving GR Smith's sniper team. I'm half surprised to hear this. I won't get into the reasons why I'm not surprised, but they're fifth in the outlaw points right now and have been running really well. Drake Troutman's been a great addition to that team. I've heard that GR is kind of a difficult guy to work with and be around, but that's neither here nor there. I don't know him, so that's just things I've heard through the grapevine. But either way, this is this year's RTJ leaving leaving the team scandal of 2026. No idea who's going to be in the 22, but I guess they're dropping off Hell Tour, or they're driving back home right now apparently, and they'll figure it out. I don't know if I doubt that GR is going to drive it again, but yeah, pretty crazy for him to walk away mid-season, especially with as good a runs as he was having. So we'll report on where Drake Troutman lands next week, I'm sure. But in between here and there, we got a whole lot of racing this weekend. Lucas Oil late models are going to be at Lernerville for the Firecracker 100. That's a hell of an event always. World of Outlaw late models at Fergus, River Cities, Nodak, Minot in North Dakota, and Norman County. That's a packed schedule between here and the next episode. You can watch all that on Dirt Vision, of course. World of Outlaws have a couple nights stand at Cedar Lake. The Hoosier Hundreds happening at IRP. That's a killer event. I recommend you watch that one. ISMA's going to be at Berlin, so watching the super modifieds out there at Berlin would be cool. We've talked about Berlin a lot this year on account of our buddy Ricky Leduc, but they're on flow every single week, and that's one of the best short track programs in the country, so definitely tune in to watch that, and especially with the ISMA supers there. That's going to be a fun time for you at home on the couch, or if you're close, go over there, pick up some Bud Light limes and check it out. Or Busch limes, excuse me. High Limit's going to be at Big Sky. Yeah, exactly. High Limit's going to be at Big Sky, and then the Tri-Track Modifieds are going to be at Thompson Speedway tonight, and I will be there on the grounds. I'm pretty sure I'll be covering that for On Tour, so you'll see a little video recap of that race once I get home, so whenever Buddy posts it. But that's going to be a good show. Midweek shows at Thompson are always fun. It's nice to have a Wednesday thing to do, and I love that place. So if you happen to be at Thompson, come holler at me. I'll be bopping around all over the place. But that's the short track septic tank for this week. We're going to go ahead and flush this thing down, and then we'll watch some more ASMR for some people, I guess.
It's good.
Thank you.
All right, so I right off the bat, I fucked up a little bit with these videos. I stated that this was Jimmy Johnson's last NASCAR start, and that's not correct. Apparently, he's running the 2027 500. So, but regardless, we were in his hometown, so what's wrong with a couple Jimmy Johnson videos?
Yeah, these are fun.
So the first video we watched. We'll talk about the trucks race first. This was a Mickey Thompson off-road series race at Sam Boyd Stadium in Las Vegas. Sort of a similar setup to like the LA Coliseum, where they had these the track kind of went outside the stadium and jumped back down into the center of the stadium. This was the main event, so it's just a quick video. You had Ivan Ironman Stewart in the field, along with Rick Johnson, who, for those of you who don't know much about 80s motocross, he was a top star in motocross and supercross for Honda. And then Baby Jimmy starting out at the tail end of the field.
19 years old.
Yep, still a little baby boy.
Connor's a little age.
This race starts off with Rod Millen, who was in the other Toyota truck in this race, immediately bicycling, which that's a funny term that I forgot they used, because I used to watch a lot of this series when I was a little kid. I forgot they used to call it bicycling when the trucks would get on two wheels, which happens quite a bit, obviously, when you're, jumping four-wheeled vehicles. It's going to happen. Rick Johnson, he started on the pole, or in the front row, and jumped out to the lead with Ivan Stewart in second place. But the announcers immediately noticed Jimmy Johnson making his way up through the field. Like I said, the stadium had a really cool jump that, the guys went outside the back of the stadium, and it actually... you can't totally tell from all the angles, but this jump actually, the track split, and you could take two different lines. You could go the outside line or like an inside line where, you kind of cut back up to the start-finish line there.
Yeah, it was dark as shit in the part outside the stadium.
Yeah. Yes, it was. Eventually... we see Ivan Ironman Stewart bicycling himself and allowing Jimmy Johnson to get up to second place. And Ivan, the next turn, ends up like jamming his nose into the backside of one of the jumps, and that pretty much ended his race. Jimmy Johnson, while in second place and trying to get to Rick Johnson, ends up getting in the wall at one point, almost flipping his truck, but is able to correct himself pretty quickly. And then a couple turns later, we see both the Johnsons get into each other mid-air, which is not something you're going to see in any sort of circle track race, that's for sure.
Ideally not.
But that was really cool. And then the next turn, Jimmy Johnson takes the lead. One annoying thing, it happens still in trucks to this day, but even back 30 years ago, these guys were calling the trucks cars, and it's like, what are you guys watching? They're very clearly trucks. Like, come on. And yeah, then Jimmy Johnson just he's out to lunch, and that's the end of the race. Unfortunately, this video cuts off any sort of interviews after the fact. Definitely would have liked to have seen interviews from both him and Rick Johnson, but this is how it all started for Jimmy in these trucks. And
Yep.
We've watched these truck videos before. Very fun to go back and watch on YouTube. I mean, obviously, this type of truck is still out competing, but there's not really a good stadium series like this anymore. Which, again, if you're not familiar with these, it's essentially motocross with trucks.
Yeah, that's a pretty good way to put it, I would say.
So, yeah. But yeah, fun little quick video. I don't know, what did you guys think?
I wish they'd bring this back.
Yeah.
I know the stadium super trucks are out there, and Robbie Gordon's deal, and that's more pavement racing than anything. And I know there's the Lucas Series or whatever it's called now.
Yeah, it's not the same.
It's not the same. Yeah.
I watched one of the Mid-Ohio races that I went to a few years ago, and trucks are still there. Like, they did Robbie Gordon's series after the fact, and they just set up a couple jumps they go over on an asphalt track, and it's cool.
It's a great show, but it does just the way they used to set this up. Again, like you mentioned, the Coliseum video. That kind of went viral last week. I don't know if you got sent that by anybody, but I received it from a few different people. I don't even know who posted it.
Yeah, I did actually, yeah.
It was like, holy fuck, what's this? And it was like, yeah, it's something we don't do anymore.
Yeah.
So, enjoy this video. But yeah, I think there's room for something like this. I'd be curious as to why Robbie Gordon hasn't tried to do that again, because this is where Robbie came from as well.
I would have to imagine it is much more expensive.
There's got to be a good reason.
Yeah, because all the stadium or the series races that I've seen are in conjunction with some other road course or street course race happening. So they just set up a couple blocks to jump over, and that's it. So
it makes sense. But Robbie, if you need someone to get in touch with, that guy from Mansfield the other week who just dropped $100,000 for no fucking reason. What was his name? It doesn't matter. Find out who he was and give him a call. I bet you he'd help you out.
Yep. I concur with everything that y'all said. I mean, it's a short video. Y'all already summed it up pretty well. I did appreciate that. We didn't get an interview, which I would have loved, but we did get a very California 90s hang loose hand out the window as Jimmy's celebrating. So.
The next video, the Obama video. Okay. So this is a very quick little 3-minute video posted on the official White House YouTube account, which is pretty interesting. There were a few different videos of this visit. I forget the exact year it was, but I think 2010 or 11, something like that.
2009.
2009. Yeah, it sounds about right. That's when Obama was president and Jimmy was winning all the time. So
got that fat splitter on the front.
Mm-hmm. Right off the bat, Obama compliments the car. It's a spiffy-looking car, and he asks just how you build this type of car. And Jimmy opens the hood, and Obama's joking with him that he's not that good at it and needs his pit crew to do it for him. And he kind of just starts explaining the different parts of the car and whatnot. And
what was the? Maybe I misunderstood him, but I thought Obama said, "Tell me from suit to nuts how you start building one of these."
Yes, that is exactly what he said, 100%. he's very good at explaining this in not incredibly technical terms, but technical enough. They start looking inside the car, and Obama quips that that does not look like my dashboard.
He wasn't allowed to have a dashboard.
No, none of the presidents are allowed to drive a car after the fact. I think,
thank God for the past couple we've had. Jesus.
Well, I do remember because Biden's a car guy, and I think he I remember watching an interview with him before he became president, and he talked about sneaking off and driving his personal cars on some private property or something like that, just because he missed doing it. So
tearing the grass up at Camp David.
Yep. Obama asked him how much he talks about his crew, how much he talks to his crew throughout the race. Obviously this was the time before the crews had all the access to data and things like that. And Obama was very impressed that Jimmy was, able to calculate all these things about his car and relay that information to his crew. Obama also asked him if Jimmy gets speeding tickets, and Jimmy apparently has never gotten one, at least at this point in his life. He says he gets all of his aggression out on the track and keeps it off the streets. Then Jimmy gets in the car and lets Obama hit the switches and starts it up, and Obama just goes, "That's an engine there."
Yes, yeah, it is, Brock. It is.
Yep. And then the last question he asked Jimmy is, do you ever tell yourself or ask yourself if you're going too fast? And Jimmy just replies, when things are going wrong and I'm about to crash. That's when I asked that. So, just a nice little video. Makes me miss Obama with what we have going on in the White House these days. Just two smart guys talking about a race car, and very, very nice. So
very normal conversation, engaged, intelligent questions, charm, personable, down to earth, laughter.
Yeah, nobody's upset to be there. People are just having a good time talking about this race car. It's very nice, very pleasant.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure there was a drone strike ordered as soon as this was wrapped up, so it ain't all roses. But I remember seeing this years ago and being surprised, but this is pretty common. How long have they been bringing the champions to the White House? Do you guys know that off the top of your head? Because I know Obama had folks, and Trump always has, and I don't know if Biden did or not, because... but I think I can't remember if he did or not.
Yeah, when looking for photos of Jamie, I saw some other photos of Tony Stewart with Obama, too. So, Jimmy Carter used to have NASCAR parties at his house. So,
obviously Reagan, with Petty and stuff.
Yeah.
It's been a while, but it's not like every year necessarily.
Yeah. Definitely cool to see any sort of auto racing represented at that level.
Yeah.
Race car in front of the White House.
And now we get UFC fights. So, yeah. All right, now our final video, the one you've all been waiting for. So
Fun one.
They should do stadium super trucks at the fucking White House. That would be fucking
they've already got it torn up enough. There's plenty of dirt everywhere.
Yeah.
250, baby. Let's go.
So, of course, right after I announced that we're going to watch this video next week, some card stuff happened in the last few days. The first thing was Brayton Laster, who should probably just stop driving and just stick to cards or whatever, because he was streaming opening a box of cards, and he managed to pull his own card, and it was some rare zebra variant. I don't know much about cards, so it was just some prism thing, and he just starts screaming, and he's like, I'm a zebra with his fucking lisp.
Nope.
And
I'm out.
Yeah, he Jesus Christ.
Bless him. I'm sure that's an incredible moment, though, as a
nerd. As a fucking dork.
I suppose. I've watched
That's probably
videos.
a lot of money, to be honest. But.
No, not for his card. No, absolutely not. I've watched videos of Austin Dillon and Larson and Christopher Bell opening cards, and none of them got nearly as excited to pull their own cards as this kid did. Also, I sent you guys a video in group chat today. Some random card guy popped up my Instagram feed of him just cutting up a Dale Earnhardt card. Apparently, this psychopath does not have many followers, but I was looking at his feed, and all he does is just cut up people's cuts up like superstar sports people's cards on stream. That's all he does.
This is the kind of card content that I want to watch.
That's your type of ASMR?
Yeah.
Yep.
Destroy that shit.
And then also too, I think the day or two after we recorded last week, past guest, friend of the show, Mike from First 7-Inch Club, actually got a box of these same Donruss cards. Because he's kind of a card guy, and obviously he likes NASCAR. And he showed me what he got. He got a Cole Custer card, 1 of 99. He got a very cool looking Noah Gragson Prism card, 1 of 75. He was very disappointed to get a Josh Williams autograph, and then he also got one of those Christopher Bell swatch cards. So he says he'll probably buy some more of these, which good for him. I am not a card guy. I just like watching these videos because you know, I'm not going to waste my money on this shit, so I'll watch somebody else do it.
A little piece of Christopher Bell's pleated Hagars. Right there in the card. Yeah, I do get the appeal. Like I'm being honest here. I do understand why people would do this. It is gambling. It's literally gambling.
Yeah. Well, that's why it came back, because cards were pretty dead before COVID, and then COVID happened and there was no sports and nothing to bet on, so people just got into cards, and somehow it hasn't died yet, 6 years after the fact, but it's insane what people spend on cards. I mean, granted, I'm a guy that sells overpriced t-shirts, but at least t-shirts have a utilitarian aspect to them, they serve a purpose. Cards are just something you look at, so.
Or you can cut them up.
Yeah, exactly. You can cut them up. So
I hated this straight from the intro.
This guy, this channel is named Lazy Rips, and the video starts off with an AI donkey introducing the video. And then, again, I talked about this last week with some of these card breaks that I watch. Like, some guys are actually NASCAR fans, and you can tell when they get excited about certain drivers or cards and they know what they're talking about. Then there's this guy who's just like a card guy, and I needed a box of cards to make a video about, so he bought fucking NASCAR cards.
I was like, what's up with the donkey? Like, I don't understand. And then I realized that this guy doesn't show his face. So I was like, oh, okay, so the donkey.
Yeah, he's the donkey.
He's the donkey.
A donkey with human hands.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, he's got this Donruss mega box of 2026 NASCAR cards, and he's just explaining what cards you can get, and he's mumbling a bunch of bullshit, and he talks about how he wants a Kyle Busch card, because of course he wants a Kyle Busch card, because that's the type of person he is. And like I said, he basically just got this box because he needed to film a video, apparently, which I think this video only has less than 1,000 views, so I don't know. I don't think he needed to film a video. I think he just wanted to film one.
He does have a Kyle Busch card already set up in the background, I will say that.
Yeah, well,
but he's not a NASCAR
too.
fan by any stretch of the imagination.
No. And you can tell watching the video, he's just trying to find the hits, and he doesn't care about most of the base cards. The real highlights of this video is him just butchering the drivers' names, which obviously I have a whole list of those. He calls Corey Haim Corey Haim, which is kind of a common one. I mean, I think plenty of people call him Corey Haim, so that's whatever. But he pulls a Connor Zilic card, and he mentions seeing Zilic in a Cletus video, which again tells you the type of person he is.
Before this, sorry, the whole video has these in them, but it's a Ryan Blaney card, but he says Ryan Laney, and it's these special. What were they called? Spellbound or?
Spelled, yeah. Like the cards, they spell out the driver's name. You're supposed to get the whole set of them. Or whatever.
Yeah, but the little version of it leaves out a letter, and he was just reading them like that. So, Ryan Laney.
Matty D. He goes, Matt Di Benito.
Matt Di Benito.
Yep. Then he pulls a Gio Ruggiero card, and he just goes, Gio, I can't say this last name. He moves on. He says, I don't know any of these guys at one point, which, yeah, of course you don't. He actually gets SVG's name right, which is kind of surprising. So, for those who aren't hip to card packs and all that, generally when there's a memorabilia card in the pack, it'll be thicker. Sometimes they put like blank cards in to kind of trick you, but he immediately finds the 2 thick packs and he puts those to the side to open those last. And he's like, I got 2 thick packs. It means I'm getting 2 memorabilia cards, which sucks because obviously most of the memorabilia cards are trash. As you're going to see in this video, they're just garbage. And the autographs they tend to be worth more.
Yeah. Also, before we get too far into this, he did pull a rookie card for Sally Mott. Which, if you've never heard of her, it's because she's never made a NASCAR start before. She's pretty good in the MX-5s, but I don't know how she ended up in this card pack. But he pulled it aside like it was something, and hopefully it will be someday.
Well, Rob, let me tell you this. You don't have to necessarily be a driver to get a card because the last couple weeks on Twitter, I've seen a lot of people bitching because Eric Estep, the YouTuber, has autographed cards in this set.
He does.
And people are setting them on fire because they're that pissed off about it. I've also seen breaks where, like, not Haley Deegan, the motocross kid,
Hayden?
whatever the fuck his name is, he has a NASCAR card for some reason. Why, I don't know. Anyways, back to the mispronunciations. He goes, calls Carson Quapple Carson Kvapel. Then he pulls a Noah Gragson card with him wearing a cowboy hat and just goes, that's a true NASCAR driver with a cowboy hat. And if he knew anything about Noah Gragson, he would know that that's not correct.
He is a true NASCAR driver.
He's a true NASCAR driver, but he's not a true cowboy, that's for sure. He calls Hocevar Carson Hocevar. I can't even fucking pronounce his mispronunciation. Hocevar. And he mentions him being on Cletus too. And he's confused because, like, this card doesn't have Carson in his Chili's uniform, so he doesn't think it's the same guy to begin with.
Which is really funny if you want to get really deep on that conversation about having a single sponsor for a whole year and a team identity. That's it, folks, right there.
Yeah, exactly. He gets a numbered laser Landon Huffman card. He calls Riley Herbst. He calls Alex Bowman Alex Bowman. Parker
he says
Retzlaff.
it right the first time, and then corrects himself and says it wrong. I'm like,
Parker Retzlaff, he calls him. He finally gets a Kyle Busch card, and it's just like Kyle's car. He goes back to the Huffman card, and he goes, hopefully this guy's the next big thing. Listen, I like Landon, and Landon's also a card guy, but you're going to be disappointed, my friend.
It's probably worth a few bucks, though.
Probably a couple, but yeah. He calls Ryan Truex Ryan Tourex.
he called Frank first for some reason. Frank
He calls Raja Karath. And then eventually he figures out that it's the same Carson that drives for Chili's.
Yeah, this time he says Hosevere.
Close.
There's even certain card guys that I watch that like are NASCAR fans, like, don't know how to pronounce his last name. I don't know why, because it's not that difficult to pronounce or read or anything. But calls Daniel Suarez Daniel Suarez. And another good one gets his first memorabilia card is a Daniel Hemrick suited up, and he calls him Daniel Hermerick. And then he gets more excited about a Ryan Blaney Spellbound 2 of 25, which he says these sell pretty good when you get them numbered. He gets
got a little happy emoji graphic appear on the screen for that one.
Yeah, he got some graphics off that one.
He gets a Joey Logano souvenir swatches, which he says it's kind of boring, which is true.
He gives the little piece of fire suit a little scratch, which grossed me out.
Oh, they all do that.
Didn't like that.
A little scratch and sniff.
He did know that Tyler Reddick won 3 or 4 in a row to start the season, so he kind of gets that right. And then his last card is a Kyle Busch, and he calls the box a success because he got 2 Kyle Busch cards. And in the last few minutes, he's just going over the cards, and he apparently so on the memorabilia cards, like some of them will specify which race they were used at, and other ones there's no race notes, and the Logano one doesn't have that specification, so he thinks that Logano doesn't drive anymore, which again also isn't true.
He doesn't have hair anymore.
Yes, that is
what he was gonna
that is true.
He keeps scratching at that fucking card too. He goes back to it.
But yeah, that was it. Like I said, I wanted to get at least one card, and there have been other ridiculous ones I found. Like there was another video I almost posted at one point where this guy gets like a $600 box of NASCAR cards and like totally fucks up the reveal. Like can't get the cards out of the box, and he's like showing off cards with like he's not doing it in the proper way where you're like, you know, kind of hiding the card until the last second. Like he just shit like that. Like I find it funny, but I know you guys would hate it. But I had to at least get one in here with a lot of mispronunciation. So there you go.
Well, there were a lot.
Yeah. You gonna ask us what we thought, Brien?
I mean, I'm waiting for you guys to tell me.
Truelove, you go first.
Well, there's a couple more that I thought were funny. I know you said that he said Carson Kvapil. He then pulled another Carson Kvapil card and pronounced it Kvapil. So even he wasn't sure of his own mispronunciations. I've also heard this said a lot, but this is a pronunciation that has always bothered me for some reason. But whenever someone says Terry or Bobby Labonte, yeah, and another rookie card he was really excited about, it was someone named John Paul Southern.
Yep.
Who I've also never heard of.
Yeah.
So
he's like
the whole time, all I could think of was this guy probably looks exactly like the comic book guy from The Simpsons.
A lot of them do. A lot of them do.
Yeah, he did say he's 44 years old in this. So.
Yeah, John Paul Southern, I think, actually had a couple NASCAR starts, but he's more of a sports car guy.
That name sounds like a sports car guy.
Yes, it does. Yeah.
I did go and peruse the YouTube comments afterwards just to see what was going on in those comments, and they were all very wholesome. It was all his card ripping buds. But in the comments, he said that he sold that blue, fancy, rated rookie card of Landon Huffman's for $40. So
yeah.
He basically made back his money.
And that's why we keep doing it. That's why people do it.
Landon Huffman himself was probably the one that bought it.
I was going to say, he's a big card guy, so that could be the case.
Yeah, there's some Austin Beers cards out there. There's all sorts of shit out there. But yeah, again, this isn't for me at all.
Right.
But this could have been worse. You know, aside from rubbing on Joey Logano's fire suit for a little while. And the biggest, I think, reaction from a driver other than Kyle Busch was Frankie Muniz. He's like, ooh, Frankie Muniz. It's like, let's put that one straight in the incinerator, bud. It's not.
Yeah.
They all get excited because I think there is a little bit, again, because of the celebrity aspect, there is a little bit of a market to those cards. Like again, there's also the pervert aspect, like Tony Breidinger and Haley Deegan cards, and like
the pervert collection.
Yeah, there is absolutely. And I followed an account today called Scumbag Cards, where it's a guy that just collects cards of all people that have done crimes. That's a new fun one to check out. So.
I have a bunch of cards from when I was a kid. Do you still have? I mean, Truelove, were you into cards at all when you were a kid?
I was actually a massive baseball card collector as a kid up until like 7 or 8 years old.
Yeah, same. Same. How about you, Brien? Did you ever collect when you were a kid?
Oh yeah, no, I obviously NASCAR, but all other sports. I don't have many of them left, and a lot of them aren't worth much anyways. But
Yeah. I have the majority of my collection sitting behind me in one of the cabinets down in the basement here. And my personal favorite collection that I have is, I think I have the complete set of the Desert Storm trading cards.
oh, those are Saddam Hussein rookie.
Yeah, I got a
Get one of
Saddam
those.
Hussein rookie card, yeah.
I see those at flea markets pretty often. So the one card that I have to get at some point, there were those rock cards that had different bands on them, and there is a Primus card, and I need to get that for my collection at some point. I do also have the Kyle Petty. There was an action-packed series, which were these cards that were like these 3D embossed cards.
Yep.
And there was an insert that came. It was I don't know, 1,000 of them made, which again, that was limited edition back then. But it had a fake diamond in Kyle Petty's ear, and I have that. So.
Oh, that's awesome.
I feel like I remember having some New Kids on the Block cards too, which shows how old I am.
Yep.
Yes. We're all old. It's fine.
Yeah. But yeah, the design of modern cards doesn't really do it for me. I know it's not necessarily the driver behind people getting into it. It's not like a childlike thing anymore where it's just looking at cool pictures of shit.
Yeah, now it's all about inserts and autographs and stuff like that. So
I kind of wish it was like that. I might be a little more interested in this if it was a little more traditional, but I am fucking old, so that should be no surprise to anyone that I have an opinion like that. Just wish it was the way it used to be, but I don't know. Again, I'm not going to pick this up, but in 3 years, if you told me that I'd end up doing this with some people, I'd be 50% surprised. Let's be honest.
I have friends that do it, and every once in a while, I'll man, it'd be fun to get a box and just open them up. But I just know it's going to be a waste of fucking money. And, I don't care. Once in a while, I'll pick up a card. Again, I got the Mike Harmon fire suit card that looks like it's got blood on it. Shit like that.
Yeah.
But, it's so much money. And, NASCAR cards are the cheaper ones to get as far as most sports. But, yeah, I can't bring myself to do it.
No.
All right, so that was last week's video of the week. So NASCAR is still in California. This week we're at Sonoma, and we got 2 straight California road course races, which is unprecedented. But you know what? There was one more California road course that NASCAR used to run at, and that was Riverside. Mm-hmm. Now I'm not going to make you guys watch a full race. I almost picked one, but I was like, you know what? 2 weeks of road course races and make you guys watch another full video. No, I can't do that. I don't want to do it to myself. So I did pick a few short videos though. A little mini documentary called NASCAR's Most Dangerous Circuit, Riverside. Just a 10-minute video talking about a bunch of people that died.
Perfect.
So, and now I almost picked the 87 Riverside race because a lot of cool stuff happens in that. But thankfully, our buddy NASCAR man, he just cut out a nice 7-minute edit of just Jeff Bodine and Dale Earnhardt battling, which, you've all seen clips.
Filmed?
What's that?
Was that the Dorf race?
No, the Dorf race was 89.
Oh, okay.
Which,
Still Riverside, though.
Yeah, still Riverside. But yeah, this just a nice little 7-minute edit. Rather than watch 2 hours just for this clip, let's just watch the clip straight up. So
yeah, I'm still recovering from the Dorf footage.
Yeah, that's enough Riverside for now.
Yeah. And then actually, you know what? We fucked it up. The Dorf video is, I think it's the first ever Sonoma race. Actually, I think.
I don't know. Somewhere out there.
But anyways,
on a road course.
Anyways, the last little video, we are in wine country, and I just wanted to see what would come up when I searched for NASCAR wine. And, of course, a bunch of Richard Childress videos showed up, which I'm not going to make you guys watch, but I did find a video just 5 minutes long. It's titled Street Walking NASCAR Wine, and some guy who's in town for the race just goes into a liquor store and asks what types of wine would be good for a NASCAR race. So, 3 little videos.
Yeah. You got anything I can sit outside and get a sunburn with for 4 hours? And you're right, though. Darf was at Sears Point, so, or Dorf. Darf goes auto racing.
Yep.
Oh, man.
So, yeah, like I said, Sonoma this week. Anybody doing any race stuff this weekend? I'm not.
No.
Yeah, I'll be at Thompson.
Well, you're working.
For Tri-Track, and then I'll be at Claremont over the weekend, and I think that's it. Maybe something else will pop up. But, yeah, I got a nice full card this week. I'm excited about that.
Cool. Well, as always, you can follow us on YouTube and Instagram at meetmeatapplebees. I am Speedway Screens on all the things. SpeedwayTSJ.etsy.com is the shop, and MMA Applebees at checkout for 15% off.
Still Snake Mountain Truelove. If you want to see that video of that guy cutting up those cards, let me know. I'll send you the link.
Yeah, just...
So.
I'm just going to post it on the story right now.
It's pretty good. Yeah. The comments are just, why? All this for 20 likes? Rodmotes _ unofficial on Instagram. My band's called These Wild Plains. Like I just said, I'll be at Claremont. If you want to watch the broadcast, you can check it out on pitrow.tv. It's a fun little broadcasting service. And you get to see me start to try and integrate old school ugly yellow graphics and text onto my broadcasts. So
I liked it. Look good.
Trying to bring it back. It's like a cross between a horror movie and something Bob Jenkins will be talking over. So, but yeah, looking forward to getting back up there. And like I said, if you're at Thompson for the Tri-Track, Monaco Tri-Track race tomorrow night or tonight, come find me. There's not many people who look like me, so you should be able to wave me down.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, looks like the check is here. So as always, wait, I fucked that up. The check is here. Thanks for joining us again at Applebee's. We'll talk to you all next week.
The check is here as always. We are due for a freebie.